Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today's Friday, October 25th, 2024. Big show today. NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, soccer. My World Series pick was already made, but we'll predict Game 1 and Game 2. Golf, NASCAR. We'll talk a little Survivor if we have time. News and notes and the best bet. And Fab 5. All right, NFL is where we'll start. We will go over last night's game, and then we will look ahead to Sunday. Rams over the Vikings, 30-20. Much-needed win for the Rams, who go to 3-4. Vikings dropped to 5-2 after starting 5-0. Matt Stafford was terrific with both his key guys back. 25-34, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns and a pick. And Sam Darnold, 18-25, 240 yards. And 2 touchdowns. All right, on to Sunday. 1 o'clock, CBS, Jets, Patriots. My projection, pick 'em, 39 and a 20th. You know that's not the actual line. And it's 7-41.5. I'm taking the Patriots in the 7. They're not winning outright, I don't think, but I think that Gerard Mayo's team will perform better this time around against the Jets than they did in Week 3 on the Thursday night at home. So, give me the Patriots getting the 7, plus all the Jets' turmoil. Yeah. Also on CBS, Eagles, Bengals. Mine's a pick 'em in 45 3/10, and it's 2.5 and 47.5. So the pick there is Philadelphia getting the points. I'm not pulling the trigger on the money line on that one either, because I think Sunday's performance had more to do with the Giants than them. On Fox, Packers, Jaguars. My line is Packers by 5, total 47 and 7/10, and it's 3.5 and 49.5. So, a 1.5 edge on Green Bay, and less than 2 on the under, so slight under. That game will not be in Fab 5. Also on Fox, Titans, Lions. My line's Lions by 14, total 46. And it's 11.5 and 44.5. I'm going to lay the 11.5 with the Lions. Falcons, Bucks. Mine's Bucks by 1, total 51 and 13/20. And Atlanta's a 2.5-point favorite, total 45.5. I had a feeling Atlanta was going to be favored because of the injuries to the wide receivers. So that doesn't surprise me that they're favored. So I have a 3.5-point edge on the Bucks and the bigger edge on the over. So I'm going to give out the over. I actually really like the over, even without those two guys. Cardinals, Dolphins. And that game is also on Fox. My line is the Dolphins by 3, total 40. And it is 4.5 and 46.5. Under. That's a Tua overreaction total. CBS, Ravens, Browns. My line's the Ravens by 11, total 47 3/4. And it's 8.5 and 44.5. I have a 2.5-point edge on the Ravens. And I have an over 3-point edge on the over. I really like the over in that game. Colts, Texans. So there are no buys this week, which I like. Texans. I project by 4, total 44 and 17/20. And it's 5.5 and 45.5. Slight edge to the Colts and the points. That game will not be in Fab 5. 4 o'clock on Fox, Saints, Chargers. Mine's the Chargers by 11, total 41 1/4. And it's 7.5 and 40.5. I'm laying it with the Chargers. The Saints are too banged up. Also on Fox, Bills, Seahawks. My line is Bills by 3, total 48 and 9/20. And it's 3 and 47.5. Slight over. 4:25 CBS Bears Commanders. I believe this is the Nance and Romo game because it's the two rookies. If Jaden Daniels is playing, I have Commanders by 5. If not, it's Commanders 2 because I don't have Jalen Daniels worth that much. So it looks like So, remains out of practice. So, it looks like he's not playing. Let's see what the line says. Bears 3, total 43.5. So, the line tends to agree. So I'm going to take the Commanders getting the 3 anyway, because I don't think Marcus Mariota is awful. I just don't. He played well against, granted, the Panthers stink, but he played well last week. But because of Jaden Daniels' status, this game's out of Fab 5. Panthers Broncos on CBS. So wow, we have a lot of 4 o'clock games, 5 of them. That's a lot. Mine's Broncos 11.5, total 43 in the 10th. And it's 10.5 and 41.5. Slide over. Chiefs Raiders. This was supposed to be the Nance Romo game, but they moved it. Chiefs 6.5, total 42 and 13.20. This is my projection. It's 9.5 and 41.5. I'm taking the Raiders getting the points. That is a lot of points for the Raiders. And Sunday Night Football, 8 o'clock on NBC and Peacock. Cowboys 49ers. My line is the Cowboys by a half, total 48 and 13.20. That's because of all the Niners injuries. And it's 4.5 and 47.5. I'm taking the Cowboys getting the points. And I'm willing to dab a little bit on plus 188. On the money line. We'll preview and pick the Monday night game on the podcast, but I have a very strong lean. So I might have to, spoiler alert, give out that pick on Fab 5. Alright, college football. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight's and Saturday's games. Old Dominion destroys Georgia Southern 47-19. I was way wrong about that game. Number 19 Pitt over Syracuse 41-13. So wrong about both games yesterday. So 3 games tonight. 7:30 ESPN2 Louisville BC. My line is Louisville by 3. Total 54 and 7/20. And it is 7.5 and 53.5. I'm taking Boston College, getting the 7 in the hook. 10:30 CBS Sports Network. Number 17 Boise State against UNLV. Millions Boise by 1. Total 69 and 3/5. And it's 3.5 and 64.5. Over. 11 o'clock on Fox right after World Series Game 1. Rutgers USC. Millions USC by 2.5. Total 50 and 3/5. And it's 13.5 and 56.5. I'm taking Rutgers getting the 13.5. That's a lot of points. I get it's a night game at USC. And I know Rutgers is kind of falling apart the last couple weeks, but I think that they're going to cover the spread here. All right, Saturday, 12 o'clock on Fox. Nebraska, number 4, Ohio State. Mine's Ohio State by 11, total 48 and 3/5. And it is 20.5 and 48.5. I'm taking Nebraska. Oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong line. I'm looking at one we're going to do in a little bit. Never mind. So 25.5, 48.5. I'm still taking Nebraska in 25.5. From MetLife Stadium on ABC, number 12 Notre Dame, number 24 Navy. Mine's Notre Dame by 5, total 55.5. And it is... How come I don't see that game? Are you kidding me? The game's not bettable because it's in freaking New Jersey. You gotta be freaking kidding me. That's ridiculous. All right, 13.5 and 50.5. It's not on FanDuel. I'm doing it off the ESPN bet. Like, they're treating this game like it's Rutgers. Give me Navy in the points. Big Ten Network. Washington, number 13, Indiana. Mine's Indiana, 11.5, total 51 and 3/4. And it's 5.5 and 53.5. I'm going to lay to 5.5 at Indiana. ESPN Oklahoma, number 18, Ole Miss. My line's Ole Miss, 7.5, total 47 and 7/10. And it's 20.5 and 48.5. I'm actually going to take Oklahoma getting the 7 in the hook. AC Sarek, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech. Mine's Virginia Tech 8.5, total 53 3/4. And it is 10.5 and 52.5. I'm going to take Georgia Tech in the points. The CW Network, North Carolina, Virginia. Mine's Virginia 2.5, total 58.5. And it is 4.5 and 59.5. I'm taking UNC in the points. CBS Sports Network, Buffalo, Ohio. Mine's Ohio by 3, total 47 3/4, and it's 6.5, 45.5. I'm taking Buffalo in the points. ESPN News, Charlotte, Memphis. Mine's Memphis 16.5, total 55 7/10, and it's 17.5 and 57.5. That's a close one. Slight under. ESPN 2, Tulane, North Texas. Maryland's North Texas by 1, total 68.5. And it's Tulane 7.5, total 68.5. I'm taking North Texas in the 7.5 and plus 225 outright. That's crazy. 12:45 SEC Network, Arkansas, Mississippi State. Mine's Arkansas by 7.5, total 55 and 17/20. And it's 6.5 and 56.5. Slight Arkansas. Georgia State, App State at 1. My line's App State by 6, total 57 and 7/10. And it's 7.5 and 60.5. Under. It's 2 o'clock, Central Michigan, Miami of Ohio. Mine's Miami of Ohio by 8, total 50 and 13/20. And it's 12.5 and 47.5. I'm going to take Central in the points. Next up is Temple, East Carolina. East Carolina with the new coach. My line is EC by 8.5, total 52 and 17/20. And it's 7.5 and 48.5. Over. It's 3-3. CBS, number 20, Illinois, and number 1, Oregon. I have Oregon 10.5, total 49 and 9/20. And it is 21.5 and 54.5. I'm taking Illinois in the points. ESPN and BYU, number 11 ranked BYU at UCF. My line is BYU by 1, total 55 and 9/20. And it's, why is UCF favored against BYU? Someone explain that one to me. UCF by 2.5, total 54.5. I'm taking BYU in the points of plus 105 outright. That's crazy. 3 and 4 UCF favored at home against BYU. Doesn't that scream Vegas knows? ABC, number 21 Missouri, number 15 Alabama. Mine's Alabama 2.5, total 53 and 7/20. And it is 17.5 and 51.5. I'm taking Missouri in the points. That's way too many points. Big Ten Network, Northwestern Iowa. Mine's Iowa 8.5, total 43 and 1/10. And it's 13.5 and 37.5. So I have a 5-point edge on Northwestern and a over 5.5 point edge on the over, so the pick's the over. Fox Sports 1, Maryland, Minnesota. Maryland's Minnesota 1.5, total 47 and 3/5. And it's 5.5 and 46.5. I'm taking Maryland getting the points. CBS Sports Network, Rice, UConn. My line is UConn by 7, total 52 and 9/20. And it is 6.5 and 47.5. Over. Wake Forest, Stanford, ACC Network. My line is Wake 1.5, total 55 and 1/20. And it's 3.5 and 52.5. Over. Oklahoma State, Baylor. My line's Oklahoma State by 3, total 58 and 4/5. And it is Baylor's 6.5, total 64.5. I'm taking Oklahoma State getting the 6.5 and plus 190 to win a game outright. That's too many points. On Fox, Texas Tech, TCU. My line's TCU 2.5, total 67 and 3/20. And it's 6.5 and 66.5. I'm taking Tech in the in the 6.5. Southern Miss, James Madison. Mine's JMU by 21, total 52 and 9/10. And it's 24.5 and 53.5. I'm taking Southern Miss in the points. Eastern Michigan, Akron. My line's Eastern by 12, total 55.25. And it is 2.5 and 50.5. I'm actually gonna lay 2.5 with Eastern Michigan. I'm surprised it's that low. Northern Illinois, Ball State. My line is Northern by 7, total 54. And it's 12.5 and 47.5. Over. I do some math in my head there. Next up, Bowling Green, Toledo. My line is Toledo by 11, total 47 and 7/10, and it's 2.5 and 49.5. I'm laying the 2.5 with Toledo. Kent State, Western Michigan. Mine's Western by 20, total 64 and 13/20. And it is 17.5 and 60.5. Over. Wagner, UMass is not out yet, but my projection is UMass 6.5, total 44 and 9/10. UTSA, Tulsa. Mine's UTSA 8.5, total 56. And it's 7.5 and 54.5. Slide over. 4 o'clock, ESPN 2, Oregon State, Cal. My line is Oregon State 3.5, total 50 and 3/20. And it's 9.5 and 49.5. I'm taking the Beavers, getting the 9.5 and plus 290 outright. I think Cal's overrated. 4:15 SEC, number 5 Texas, number 25 Vanderbilt. Mine's Texas 9.5, total 52, and it's 18.5 and 51.5. I love Vandy getting the 18.5. There's a lot I like this week. Holy crap, I love it. New Mexico, Colorado State at 5 o'clock. Mine's Colorado State by 9.5, total 64 and 19/20, and it's 5.5 and 63.5. Laying the points of Colorado State. Yale Monroe, South Alabama. Mountain South Alabama by 3, total 51 and 3/20, and it's 7.5 and 45.5. Over. 7 o'clock, ESPN, Florida State at number 6, Miami. My line is Miami by 20, total 55 and 9/20. And it's 20.5 and 54.5. Very close. Slide over. Fox Sports 1, West Virginia, Arizona. My line's Pick'em in 53 and 17/20. And it is Arizona by 3.5, total 52. And I'm taking West Virginia, getting the 3 in the hook on the road. Bounce back spot. And I'm going to take them outright, plus 140. Utah, Houston. My line's Utah 10, total 38 and 17/20. And it's 4.5 and 36.5. I'm laying the 4.5 with Utah. Utah State, Wyoming, CBS Sports Network. Mine's Wyoming by 3, total 59 and 13/20. And it's Utah State 1.5, total 57.5. I'm going to take Wyoming getting the 1.5 and plus 104 outright. Troy, Arkansas State. My line is Arkansas State 13.5, total 50 and 1/5. And it's 7.5 and 50.5. I'm laying the 7.5 with Arkansas State. 7:30 on NBC. Number 3, Penn State at Wisconsin. My line's Penn State 9.5, total 47 and 13/20. And it's 6.5 and 47.5. Again, I get the late points of Penn State on the road as a favorite. So I'm laying it with Penn State. On ABC, number 8, LSU. Number 14, Texas A&M. Game day is there. Well, it's A&M by 4, total 51 and 9/10. It's 1.5, 54.5. So I have a 2.5 point edge on Texas A&M. And I have a bigger edge on the under, so the under's the pick. Big Ten Network, Michigan State, Michigan. Mine's Michigan by 7, total 42 and 17/20. And it's 4.5 and 38.5. So I have a 2.5 point edge on Michigan. More than 4 on the over, so the over's the pick. 7:45 SEC Network, Auburn, Kentucky. Mine's Kentucky 3.5, total 44 and 7/20. And it's 2.5, 43.5. Slight lean Kentucky. 8 o'clock ESPN 2, Kansas at number 16, Kansas State. Mine's Kansas State 13, total 54 and 3/20. And it's 9.5 and 55.5. I'm going to lay the 9.5 with Kansas State. ACC Network, number 22, SMU against Duke. Mine's SMU by 4, total 52.25. And it's 11.5 and 48.5. I'm taking Duke in the 11.5. That's a lot of points. True TV, San Jose State, Fresno State. My line is Fresno 5.5, total 55 and 3/5. And it's 5.5 and 55.5. Ooh, that's the closest one so far. Slightest of overs. 10:15 ESPN, Cincinnati, Colorado. Mine's Colorado by 3, total 51 in the 10th. And it's 6.5 and 56.5. Under. CBS Sports Network, 10:30, Washington State, San Diego State. Mine's Washington State 14, total 55 and 2/5. And it's 14.5 and 56.5. Slight under. And last but not least, midnight Eastern, Nevada, Hawaii. Mine's Hawaii by 7, total 48 and 3/10. And it's 1.5 and 44.5. I'm going to lay the 1.5 with Hawaii. All right, now move on to the NBA. We'll recap the games from yesterday and look ahead to tonight and the weekend. Celtics over the Wizards, 122-102. Mavericks over the Spurs, 120-109. Thunder over the Nuggets, 102-87. T-Wolves over the Kings, 117-115. So how about that, guys? I got all of my picks correct that I gave out for the NBA yesterday. Granted, it was only 4 games, but still pretty good, and including best bet with the Mavs. All right, tonight's game, 7 o'clock. Nets Magic from Orlando. Mine's Magic 19.5, total 222.5. And it is 11.5, 215.5. I'm going to lay the points with the Orlando Magic. Sixers, Raptors. My line is the Sixers by a half, total 232 and 9/10. And it's 5 and 219.5. I'm taking the over, but I'm willing to put the Raptors in an underdog moneyline parlay. 7:30, Hornets, Hawks. Mine's Hawks 3.5, total 228 and 7/20. And it's 5.5 and 225.5. Over. Pistons, Cavaliers. My line's Cavaliers 17.5, total 228 and 4/5. And it's 10.5 and 229. Laying the points with Cleveland. ESPN tonight, Pacers, Knicks. You would expect this to be the Mike Breen group. And it is... No, it's not. It's Michael Grady and Doris Burke. I mean, at least Doris is in there. So that means Mike's on MSG. So I have Knicks by 6, total 231 and 7/10, and it's 4 and 226.5. That number was 5.5 yesterday. Got bet down. But I like the over. I think a lot of people probably saw what happened against Boston and saw they might take time. But the better plays the over. 8 o'clock, Grizzlies, Rockets. It's Grizzlies by a half, total 227 and 4/5, and it is Houston 3.5, total 224. So I have a 4-point edge on the Grizz, no less than a 4-point edge on the over. So I'm taking the Grizzlies getting the 3.5 and plus 144 outright. So them and the Raptors would be a fun underdog moneyline parlay. Bulls, Bucks. Mine's Bucks 7.5, total 231 and 9/10. And it's 9.5, 234.5. Under. 9:30 Warriors Jazz. My line's the Warriors by 8 total 240 and 11/20. And it's 3 and 232.5. Over. 10 o'clock ESPN Suns Lakers. Who's on the call for this one? Dave Pasch, Tim Legler. So Dave Pasch has 2 games. Oh no, is that right? Oh no, Ryan Ruocco and Richard Jefferson. So Ryan Ruocco gets the WNBA Finals to the Lakers and the Suns. This game always sounds a little bit more interesting than it looked a week ago, only because the Lakers won impressively against Minnesota. So this game's a little nicer than we thought. Suns 2.5 total 226 and 3/10. And it's Lakers 1.5 total 225. I'm going against the Lakers. I'm taking Phoenix plus the 1.5 and plus 104 outright. And Pelicans Blazers. Mine's Pelicans by 5 total 230 and 3/4. And it's 6 and 218.5. Absolutely love the over. All right, to the weekend, Saturday, 5 o'clock, NBA TV, Clippers Nuggets, 7 o'clock, Heat Hornets, Celtics Pistons, Cavs Wizards, 8 o'clock, Thunder Bulls, NBA TV, Magic Grizzlies, Raptors T-Wolves, 8:30, Rockets Spurs, 10 o'clock, Mavs Suns, 10:30, NBA TV, Kings Lakers. So it's a good triple header on NBA TV. And then Sunday, smaller slate, 3:30, Sixers, Pacers, 6 o'clock, Bucks, Nets, Pelicans, Blazers, 7 o'clock, Hawks, Thunder, 8:30, Clippers, Warriors. All right, now move on to hockey. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight and the weekend. Stars over the Bruins 5-2, Blues over the Leafs 5-1, Panthers over the Rangers 3-1, Red Wings over the Devils 5-3, Wild over the Lightning 4-2, Flames over the Canes 4-2, Avs over Utah 5-1, Jets over the Kraken 4-3 in overtime on a game winner by Nikolaj Ehlers, and the Kings over the Sharks 3-2, so the Jets are still undefeated. All right, 4 games tonight. 6 o'clock, Senators, Golden Knights. So a Vegas 3 o'clock Pacific time game. You don't see that very often, especially during the week. Vegas minus 152, Ottawa plus 126, over under 6.5, overs plus 108, unders minus 132. Sens plus 1.5 is minus 94, Vegas minus 1.5 plus 160. I'm going to go with Vegas in regulation at even money. 7 o'clock, Islanders, Devils. Devils minus 142, Isles plus 118, over under 6.5, overs plus 104, under minus 128. Isles plus 1.5 minus 200, Devils minus 1.5 plus 164. I'm going with the over because the Devils have been an over team so far, over 6.5 plus 104. 8:30 on ESPN Plus and Hulu. Predators, Blackhawks. Preds minus 172, Blackhawks plus 142, over under 5.5, overs minus 140, unders plus 114. Preds minus 1.5 plus 150, Blackhawks plus 1.5 minus 182. I'm going to go with the under at plus money. And 9 o'clock, Pens, Oilers. Oilers minus 205, Pens plus 168, over under 6.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Pens plus 1.5 minus 148, Oilers minus 1.5 plus 116. I'm actually going to lay the puck line with the Oilers here. Minus 1.5 at plus 116. All right, Saturday's a busy hockey day, just like the NBA. 1 o'clock, Red Wings, Sabres. Wild Flyers, 4 o'clock. Utah Kings. 7 o'clock, NHL Network. Maple Leafs, Bruins. Ducks, Rangers. Blues, Habs. Caps, Bolts. Jets, Flames. 7:30, Panthers, Islanders. 8 o'clock, Blue Jackets, Preds. Blackhawks, Stars. 10 o'clock, Penguins, Canucks. Sharks, Golden Knights. Hurricanes, Kraken. Sunday's a short day. 6 o'clock, NHL Network. Oilers, Red Wings. 7 o'clock, Ducks, Devils. Habs, Flyers. And 9 o'clock, Senators, Avalanche. Okay, now move on to soccer. We'll go over some of the results from yesterday in Europa and the Conference League. And we'll go ahead to everything going on this weekend. And then we did have league phase yesterday, on Wednesday too. So Wednesday, Galatasaray over Elfsborg 4-3. Bodo Glimt over Braga 2-1. And then yesterday, Ferencváros over Nice 1-0. AS Roma over Dynamo 1-0. Ajax over FK Karabakh 3-0. PAOK Victoria Plzen 2-2 draw. Real Sociedad over Maccabi 2-1. Midtjylland over Union SG 1-0. Frankfurt over Rigas 1-0. FC Porto over Hoffenheim 2-0. Anderlecht over Ludogorets 2-0. Olympiacos over Malmo 1-0. Lazio over FC 2-0. Besiktas over Lyon 1-0. Rangers over FVSB 4-0. Tottenham over AZ Alkmaar 1-0. Fenerbahce Man United 1-1 draw. Athletic over Slavia Peru 1-0. And then Conference League results from yesterday. Vikinger over Circle 3-1. Borak over Apal 1-0. Guimarães over Desjardins 1-0. Hearts over Almania 2-0. Jagiellonia over Petrocub 2-0. KAA Gent over Molde 2-1. Shamrock over Larne 4-1. NK Selch over Istanbul 5-1. Chelsea over Panathinaikos 4-1. Rapid Vienna over FC Noah 1-0. Fiorentina over St. Gallen 4-2. Legia Warsaw over FKTSC 3-0. HJK Helsinki over Dynamo Minsk 1-0. FC Lugano over Mlada Boleslav 1-0. Olimpija over Lasklins 2-0. FC Heidenheim over Paphos 1-0. Real Betis FC Copenhagen 1-1 draw. And New Saints over FC Astana 2-0. I didn't realize we had the Pro League yesterday. So Al Shabab over Al Oroba 3-0. Al Ittihad over Al Raida 1-0. And Al Khalij over Al Wada 3-1. Let's start with them actually, since we're on them. All right, today, 10:40. Al Qiddish and Damak. Qiddish minus 165, Damak plus 350, draw plus 270. Under 2.5 goals, minus 105. 11 o'clock, Al Khalod, Al Nasser. Nasser minus 340, Khalod 6-1, draw 4-1. Over 3.5 goals, plus 120. 2 o'clock, Al Ali and Al Akdod. Al Ali minus 250, Akdod plus 475, draw plus 333. Under 2.5 goals, plus 120. All right, and then Saturday, 11 o'clock, Al Faya and Al Edifak. 11 o'clock, also Al Raid and Al Faya. And 2 o'clock, Al Halal and Al Tawud. All right, today, one Premier League game. 3 o'clock, Leicester and Nottingham Forest. Nottingham plus 135, Leicester plus 210, draw plus 220. I'm going to go with Leicester at home, plus 210. Nice, juicy underdog. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Brentford, Ipswich, Brighton, Wolves, Man City, Southampton, 12:30, Everton, Fulham. And then Sunday, 10 o'clock, Chelsea, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, West Ham, Man United, and 12:30, Arsenal, Liverpool. All right, MLS playoffs tonight, 8:30, Miami, Atlanta. Round 1, best of 3. Tonight. Miami minus 280, Atlanta plus 550, draw plus 430. You know Messi and them are going to get up. Over 3.5 goals, plus 108. Tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, Galaxy, Colorado. Game 1, best of 3. Galaxy minus 10, Colorado plus 470, draw plus 380. Under 2.5 goals, minus 110. And then 2 on Sunday, 7:30, Fox Sports 1, Orlando, Charlotte. Orlando minus 135, Charlotte plus 310, draw plus 290. So I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals plus 134. And also on Fox Sports 1, Sunday night, LAFC, Vancouver. LAFC minus 3, Vancouver 5-1, the draws plus 380. LAFC is going to win that game. Over 3.5 goals plus 130. Only weekend games I'm doing, only because it's the playoffs. All right, tonight, Liga MX, 9 o'clock, Santos, Mazatlan. Mazatlan plus 10. Santos plus 230, draw plus 230, going Mazatlan plus 110. 11 o'clock, Puebla, Guadalajara. Guadalajara minus 125, Puebla is plus 310, the draw is plus 260. Under 2.5 goals, minus 108. All right, Saturday, 7 o'clock. Leon Carretero, 8 o'clock, Unam Cruz Azul. 11 o'clock, Tigres Pachuca and Atlas Tijuana. And then Sunday, 8 o'clock, Juarez Athletic San Luis, Necaxa Toluca, and 10 o'clock, America Monterrey. Women's League. Not until next weekend. Bundesliga, 2:30, Mainz Gladbach. Mainz plus 130, Gladbach plus 185, draw plus 270. I'm going to go with Mainz plus 125 at home. Tomorrow, 9:30, Augsburg, Dortmund, RB Leipzig, Freiburg, St. Pauli, Wolfsburg, Stuttgart, Holstein, Kiel, 12:30, Bremen, Leverkusen. And then Sunday, 10:30, Bochum, Bayern, Union Berlin, Frankfurt at 12:30, and 2:30, Heidenheim, Hoffenheim. La Liga, today at 3 o'clock, ESPN Deportes, Espanyol, Sevilla. Sevilla plus 140, Espanyol plus 210, the draws plus 210. I'm going to go Sevilla plus 140. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Valladolid, Villarreal, 10:15, Rayo Alaves, 12:30, Las Palmas, Girona, and 3 o'clock, Real Madrid, Barcelona. And then Sunday, 9 o'clock, Leganes, Celta Vigo, 11:15, Getafe, Valencia, 1:30, Batista, Atletico, and 4 o'clock, Real Sociedad and Osasuna. Serie A, today, 12:30, Udinese and Cagliari. Udinese plus 120, Cagliari plus 250, the draw is 2-1. We'll go with the draw at 2-1. And 245, Torino, Como. Torino plus 165, Como plus 195, draw plus 195. I'm going to go with Como at plus 195. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, Napoli, Lecce. 12 o'clock, Bologna, Milan. 2:45, Atalanta, Verona. And then Sunday's busy. 7:30, Parma, Empoli. 10 o'clock, Lazio, Genoa, Monza, Venezia. 1 o'clock, Inter Milan, Juventus. And 3:45, Fiorentina and AS Roma. French League 1 today, 2:45, Rennes and Le Havre AC. Rennes minus 230, Le Havre plus 650, draw plus 320. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at minus 110. Tomorrow at 11, Angers Saint Etienne, 1 o'clock, Reims Brest, 3 o'clock, Lens Lille. And then Sunday, 10 o'clock, Lyon Auxerre, 12 o'clock, Montpellier Toulouse, Nice Monaco, Strasbourg Nantes, and 3:45, Marseille and PSG. USL regular season finale tomorrow night. 6 o'clock, Charleston Loudoun. 7 o'clock, Carolina Vegas. Pittsburgh El Paso. 7:30, Louisville Phoenix. Tampa Indy. 8 o'clock, Tulsa Monterey Bay. New Mexico Memphis. Rhode Island Miami. 8:30, San Antonio Detroit. 10 o'clock, Oakland Birmingham. Orange County Hartford. And Sacramento Colorado. ELC. Today at 3 o'clock, Portsmouth and Sheffield Wednesday. Portsmouth plus 240, Sheffield plus 110, draw plus 230. I'm going to go with Sheffield plus 110 as a short road favorite. All right. Tomorrow, 7:30, Bristol City Leeds, Coventry Luton, Watford Blackburn, 10 o'clock, Burnley QPR, Derby Hull, Plymouth Preston, Sheffield United Stoke, Sunderland Oxford United, Swansea Millwall, and West Brom Cardiff. And then Sunday, 11 o'clock, is Norwich City and Borough. Dutch Eredivisie today, 2 o'clock, Almere City and NEC. Almere plus 185, NEC plus 140, draw plus 210. I'm going to go with the draw plus 210. Tomorrow, 10:30, Fortuna FC Groningen, 12:45, PSC and PEC Swallow, 2 o'clock, NAC Breda and RKC Waldrick, 3 o'clock, Heerenveen Sparta. And then Sunday, 7:15, FC Utrecht and Feyenoord, 9:30, FC 20 Heracles, 11:45, Ajax and Willem 2, and 3 o'clock, AZ Alkmaar and the Go Ahead Eagles. And then last but not least, the Scottish Premiership. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Dundee St. Johnstone, Ross County Kilmarnock, and 12:30, Aberdeen Dundee. And then Sunday, 8 o'clock, Hibernian Hearts, 11 o'clock, Motherwell Celtic, and Rangers against St. Mirren. All right, so there you have it for soccer. Now we'll do the World Series. Game 1 tonight, 8 o'clock on Fox. Joe Davis with John Smoltz, Tom Verducci, and Ken Rosenthal. It's all going down tonight. It's going to be Garrett Cole against Jack Flaherty in Game 1. I thought it was going to be Yamamoto going tonight. But it was Jack Flaherty who stunk against the Mets on Friday last week. Dodgers are favored -130. Yankees are +110. Over under 8.5. Overs -114. Unders -106. Yanks +1.5 -192. Dodgers -1.5 +158. I'm going to take the Yankees to win Game 1 at +110 because of Garrett Cole. And I think that his past World Series experience is going to help him. Jack Flaherty's never pitched in the World Series before. And I think Aaron Judge is finally going to rise to the occasion. So Yankees, Game 1, +110. And in Saturday's Game 2, the starters will be Carlos Rodon and Yoshi Yamamoto. And I think the Dodgers will win Game 2. So my prediction, it'll be 1-1 after 1. Yankees win Game 1, Dodgers win Game 2. Dodger run line would be my pick for Game 2. If I had an early lead for Game 2, Dodger run line. -1.5 at plus whatever number. Okay, now move on to golf. We'll look at the current leaderboard for the Yo-Yo Championship as we head into the weekend. Your leader right now with the score 12 under is Nicholas Echeverria, tied for second with 10 under Taylor Moore and Justin Thomas. Tied for fourth with 9 under CT Pond and Eric Cole and Seamus Power. Tied for seventh with 8 under Ricky Fowler, who was my pick, and Max Gracerman. Tied for ninth with 7 under Andrew Novak, Taisei Shimizu, and Kevin Yu. Oh, and Jonathan Vegas. How am I missing all these? Tied for 13th with 6 under Scott Steedhams, Adam Schenk, and Takumi Kayana. Tied for 16th with 5 under Nate Taylor, Adam Putnam, Ryusuke Kinoshita, Kensei Harada, Bayu Hostler, and Shugo Imahira. Tied for 22nd with 400, Nate Lashley, Luke Lisk, Youngu Lee, Chad Ramey, JJ Spawn, Colin Morikawa, Ryo Ishikawa, Zach Blair, Yuta Sugiura. Tied for 31st with 300, Lucas Hodges, Matt Kuchar, Ben Silverman, Chon Kim, Carson Young, Rico Hoey, Doug Gim, Harry Hall, Ren Gonzawa, Kurt Katayama, S.H. Kim. Tied for 42nd with 2 under Mac Miser, Gary Woodland, Minwoo Lee, Xander Schauffele. Tied for 46th with 1 under Joel Dahman, Max Homa, Saiwoo Kim, Chandler Phillips, Ben Coles, and Taylor Hogue. Tied for 52nd at even, Victor Perez, Sanjay M, Mark Hubbard, Steve Thiglia, and Yuto Katsuragawa. Tied for 57th with 1 over Ryo Hisatune, Sammy Valimaki, Charlie Hoffman, Ben Griffin, Naoki Katakoa, Patrick Rogers, Chris Goddard, Paul Fishburne. I'm going to do notables now. Tied for 65th with 2 over Hideki Matsuyama, Ryan Fox, Will Zalatoris, Justin Lauer. Tied for 69th with 3 over Sony Kodiara. Tied for 71st with 4 over Adam Svensson. 73rd with 7 over Davis Riley. 75th tied, 11 under David Skins, Brendan Todd. And Matt McNeely withdrew from the competition. So, there you have it with the leaderboard. Now move on to NASCAR. We will preview and predict the weekend's races. I believe everybody is racing this weekend. Yeah, tomorrow at noon from Homestead, Miami, the Truck Series. So, I'm going to pull up the odds real quick. Here we go. The Baptist Health 200. My pick to win the race. I'm going to go Grant Effinger 10-1. I don't think I've picked Grant Effinger in a while. Also tomorrow, 4 o'clock from Homestead. The Credit One NASCAR Amex Credit Card 300. It's the Xfinity. My pick to win this race, I'm going to go with Chandler Smith at 10-1. And the Cup Series race, 2:30 on NBC from Homestead. The Straight Talk Wireless 400. There's some good ones on the board. I'm going to go with Ross Chastain at 17-1 to win the Cup race. The Straight Talk Wireless 400. Now move on to the news and notes for today. So Aaron Rodgers likely to play on Sunday as he's dealing with all those injuries, which I thought he would. Broncos wide receiver Josh Reynolds was a victim of a shooting. He's okay and received treatment for minor injuries. So Puka came back last night, as we talked about, as did Cooper Kupp. Sky Moore placed on the IR with a muscle injury. Referee Blake admits mistake as he says he didn't see Darnold face mask that led to a fourth quarter penalty. Again, I know it was a bad call or no call, but there's more than that why the Vikings didn't win that game. So how about this? Klay Thompson really stuck it to Charles Barkley's rear end as Barkley said he doesn't think that the Klay Thompson acquisition for the Mavs will move the needle. And then Sean McVay confirms the Cup rumors as he cleared things up after the Thursday night win. Growing sense that the Jets are done with blockbusters after the Devontae deal, which makes sense. Ex-Clippers trainer is suing team as the team denies wrongful termination claim after a trainer alleged Kawhi Leonard faced unsafe and illegal injury treatment. But yeah, that no call led to this game-sealing safety. The Liberty had their parade yesterday, which was amazing to watch live. Teams that are eyeing PJ Tucker involve the Sixers and the Heat. Those make sense. And the Clippers are letting him seek a trade. Really sad news in college basketball. Amir Abdur-Rahim passed away, the head coach of USF, due to complications that arose during medical procedure at the hospital. That's really sad. Right before the start of the college basketball season, too. I feel so sorry for his family, his friends, his players, the rest of the USF basketball program. That's just a shame. So rest in peace, Amir Abdul-Rahim. And I lied, guys. Game day's not at A&M. They're at Indiana. Paul George is going to miss the next two games against the Raptors and the Pacers, but he's progressing well. No Lonzo Ball against the Bucks. And he's expected to play the second of a back-to-back against the Thunder. James Wiseman tore his Achilles against the against the Pistons on Wednesday night. Not great for Indiana. Kawhi Leonard not close to return as he's still a while away amid recovery from knee surgery. How about this? The NBA is officially probing the Sixers as the league investigating player participation regarding Joel Embiid's injury management. Wow. Aaron Boone praises Juan Soto as he fits right in with the team, he says, which I agree. Yankees-Dodgers break World Series ticket record as the World Series ticket is averaging over $1,700, according to TickPick. USC quarterback commit Julian Lewis is planning a visit to Colorado despite verbal commitment made last August. Angel Reese is getting her own shoe as she extends endorsement deal with Reebok and will have signature shoe in 2026. So that's pretty cool. And then David Stern says the Mets are eyeing starting pitching as the team will look to add multiple starters during the offseason. I agree with that. That's what they should be focusing on. Maybe one bat. I mean, I don't think they're going to sign Juan Soto. I think that there's other teams besides the Yankees in play to sign him. So there you have it for news and notes. Best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. So I'm going to go the NBA for best bet. And I'm only going to lay a small amount for NBA best bet only because of Fab 5. I am going to lay the 11.5 with Orlando against Brooklyn. I just don't think this game's going to be competitive at all. I think Brooklyn stinks. So I am going to lay 1/100th of a unit on the Orlando Magic minus 11.5 at home against the Brooklyn Nets. All right, the Fab 5. I'm going to start with college football this week. There's a lot of games I like for the Fab 5. I am going to do per pick. I'm going to do a 50th per pick, so I'm going to notch the price down. Pick number 1, I'm laying 5.5 with Indiana against Washington. Game day's finally back in Bloomington. I think they're going to be motivated to play. And I think they're a much better team than Washington. So I'm going to lay 5.5 with Indiana against Washington. Pick number 2 of the Fab 5. I am going to take Oklahoma State getting 6.5 at Baylor. I took the over in the Baylor game last week. But this week, I'm actually going to go against Baylor and take Oklahoma State in the Fab 5. Pick number 3, I'm laying 2.5 with Toledo against Bowling Green. I just think that Bowling Green is terrible, and Toledo should win and cover that fairly easily. Pick number 4 in the Fab 5, I'm going back to the wall. I'm taking Oregon State against Cal. It's double that in terms of back to the wall. Going against Cal and taking Oregon State. So I'm going to take Oregon State getting 9.5 against Cal. And the last pick of the Fab 5, I am going to I'm debating on 2. Or really 3. That's how much I like the slate this week. So I decided that I'm going to lay 7.5 with Arkansas State against Troy. I just think Troy stinks. They only have 1 win. Arkansas State should win that game by double digits. And my underdog outright pick of the week, I am taking the Mean Green of North Texas plus 225 to upset Tulane. All right, and now the NFL Fab 5. So I like the NFL slate too, but not as much as I like the college. Pick number 1. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm taking New England getting the 7 against the Jets. I just think that line's high. Drake May's good, and I think he's going to throw on the Jets. Their secondary outside of Sauce Gardner isn't healthy. I don't think New England's going to win the game outright, but I just think they're going to cover 7 against their rival. And it's funny because I did give out the Jets when they played each other in week 3 on the Thursday night. Pick number 2. A little nervous making this bet, I'll admit, but I still think that it's capable of hitting. I'm going over in Falcons-Bucks. This game went way over last time. Granted, it was Evans and Godwin were both there. But I do think that it's going to go over again. So over 45.5 in Falcons-Bucks. Pick number 3 in the Fab 5. I am going to go with the Raiders of Las Vegas getting the 9.5 at home against the Chiefs. I beat the Chiefs last week and going against them this week. Home game for the Raiders, rivalry. I know the Raiders beat them last year, so on Christmas. So that's, I know, a revenge spot for the Chiefs, but the Chiefs can still win and the Raiders can still cover. So I'm just betting on this game to be single digits. Pick number 4, I'm taking the Cowboys getting the 4 in the hook at San Francisco. I think they're going to play hard coming off the bye. The Niners have a shit ton of injuries, as does Dallas. But I just think this is a close game, so I'm getting Dallas 4 in the hook. And pick number 5, I have to do it. I'm sorry. I'm laying the 5.5 with the Steelers against the Giants on Monday night. I can't help it. The Giants are just not a good football team, as we know. And the Steelers, I get it. They're starting Russell Wilson. This was at 4.5, went up to 5.5. I'd still lay it. No Andrew Thomas. We saw what the Giants were without Andrew Thomas. T.J. Watt is going to have a field day. He'll be the best guy on the field on Monday night. This is my favorite bet of the whole week, if not, maybe even the whole season. So I'm laying 5.5 with the Steelers at home against the Giants. And my underdog outright pick, this is a hard one to go with. Thought about Dallas. I really did. But I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. So maybe Jalen Daniels comes back and I could take a shot with the Commanders. You know what, guys? I'm actually going to change a Fab 5 bet on the fly. I'm going to remove the over of the Falcons-Bucks game. And I'm actually going to lay 7.5 with the Chargers against the Saints. I forgot I wanted that in Fab 5. I'm sorry, guys. That's only because of all the Saints injuries. I just think that's a better bet. And apologies to Lions minus 11.5. Thought about that one, too. Against Tennessee. But yeah, maybe I'll have a smaller bet on that one. Or should I do that one as well? Can't believe I took New England against the Jets. Yeah, I'll just keep it. I'll keep it as it is. Underdog pick of the week. I mean, I did say I wanted to stay away from Bears Commanders. So, I'm debating that. I'm not taking the Eagles. But there's more value on Dallas at plus 188 than the Commanders at plus 130. Because we don't know the status of Jaden Daniels. So, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put my eggs in one basket and take the Cowboys at plus 188 to knock off the Niners, only because of the Niner injury situation. So there you have it for the Fab 5, and I apologize for the last second changes there. So there you have it for the show. Busy show today, I know. I'm glad I got everything done that I needed to get done. Hope you guys have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you on Monday.